Hey guys, this is Miss Queen's 5th grade orientation, and I wanted to project my slides up on the board for you and go through those with you on the board, but I'm having technical difficulties and my computer is not communicating with my Mimeo projector. So I'm just going to go over it with you here, and I'm going to try to send you the Google slide presentation, okay? So first of all, my name is Miss Queen. I am in my 6th year at TJ. I started off in kindergarten 6 years ago, and I just recently moved up to 5th grade. I have a husband, Jeff, 3 children, and a very rowdy pit bull. Our daily schedule will start at 8:10. When you arrive at 7:30, you'll have your temperature checked in the car before you get out, and if everything's good there, they're going to send you through the gym, up the hallway, and you'll come straight to our classroom. We are in the modular building. Now you will have to go through the gym to get here though. They're not going to let anybody walk up the sidewalk. So it's the modular. I like to call it the island because we're still a part of TJ, but we're just off in the water, off the mainland. So if I say it's the island, I'm referring to our classroom. So we will start at 8:10, and from 8:10 to 8:40 we have what I need, which we call win time. And that's when we may work on morning work or review, and anyone who has interventions will be pulled at that time. We will start our first math lesson of the day at 8:45. We will work on that until 9:55, then we'll take a break and have snack. From 10:20 to 11:45 we have our first skills. At 11:45 to 12:15 we'll start our second math lesson. From 12:15 to 1:15, we have lunch, followed by our outside break. And then 1:15 to 2:45 is skills part 2, and I don't feel like we'll use all of that time for skills part 2, so our plan is to implement some science in there at the end of the day as well. And then 2:50 to 3 o'clock will be our dismissal time. Our core knowledge language arts units that we're going to be studying this year are personal narratives, early American civilizations, poetry, Adventures of Don Quixote, the Renaissance, the Reformation, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Native Americans, and chemical matter. Social studies, this will be all online. Social studies is all online, but I'm going to want you to watch those videos and take notes because we will do assessments on that, okay? Social studies will cover geography, world lakes, feudal Japan, early Russia, the Renaissance, the Reformation, England, Golden Age to the Glorious Revolution, the Age of Exploration, the Maya, Aztec, and Inca civilizations, westward expansion before the Civil War during and after, Native Americans, cultures and conflicts, and geography of the United States. Science, which we will implement some of this in class, but I do want you to still go ahead and watch the online lessons with Miss Mitchell. That will give you a chance to take really good thorough notes for our test, but because we may have a science EOG at the end of the year, we definitely want to try to do science in the classroom as well. We will study cells to the body system, classifying living things and plants, life cycles and genetics, ecosystems, force and motion, chemistry and energy, and weather. And Singapore math. Singapore math takes a different approach to solve problems than what we may be used to. Word problems are solved using a bar model drawing, which we'll work on. I know you did some of that in 4th grade as well. We're going to do more bar models in 5th grade. It helps you visualize what you're actually doing with the word problem. One important thing that you need for your Singapore math in 5th grade is you need to know all your multiplication facts 1 through 12, all right? Communication and relationships. As a teacher, I will develop a positive relationship with each student and their parents. I will keep an open line of communication with parents to ensure that each student can be successful in 5th grade. I will challenge each student every day to push themselves to meet their goals. As a parent, I need your support and willingness to work together to make this year successful. I need you to communicate openly with me about your concerns. I need your help with creating good study habits at home with your children. And I need you to trust that as your child's teacher, I have your child's best interest at heart. Okay, so I want you to know that you can contact me via email or through the school telephone if you need me, or we can set up a Google Meet conference if you would like to. Anytime you need something to talk about or if you have any concerns. Morning drop-off, as I mentioned earlier, if you're a bus rider, before you get on the bus, you'll have your temperature taken and the bus driver will let you on once you're cleared. If you're a car rider, you'll come through the car line as normal, but before you get out, we will have a team out there checking temperatures and asking a couple questions, and then you'll be sent in and you'll come straight to your classroom. The gym doors will not open until 7:30. Okay, so we have a 7:30 to 8:10 window to get into the room. Our day will officially begin at 8:10. We will have 2 skills lessons and 2 math lessons per day. We will throw science in there as well. Normally you either have science or history with our curriculum. You normally don't have them at the same time. So if our curriculum is covering history, we probably won't have science that day in class. So that's how that'll go. We do have a break in the morning and a break in the afternoon. The morning break is when we'll probably have our snack. We'll still try to get outside of the room and take a walk around the building or do something to not have to stay inside the closed room all day. Lunch will be from 12:15 to 12:45, followed by our afternoon break, and we'll try to get outside for that for sure as well. Hot lunches can still be ordered. They'll be delivered and they're individually packaged, or students can bring their lunches. We won't be able to use the water fountain, so I would recommend sending bottles of water with your student, maybe 2 to get them through the day. Classwork and homework. As I stated, we'll have 2 math and 2 skills lessons every day with science in there as well. On remote learning days, students will have to work. They'll have work to go along with what we learned in class on the days you're in class. Plus, you'll need to watch your history and science lessons. All the work will be graded, both in-class assignments and remote learning assignments. Everything will have a grade this year. Remote learning assignments will come home with each student, and they will need to be turned in when they return to class at the next time. The 5th grade team has decided to send a homework packet home, and it will be due the following week. So if you're a Monday, Tuesday person, on Monday you will get your homework packet, and it will be due the next Monday, okay? That way you have plenty of time to work on it. I don't want you to go home on Monday and Tuesday stressed out trying to get your homework done so you can turn it in. That's not how we're going to do it this year. Late work will be accepted, but 10 points will be deducted for every day that the assignment is late. Of course, we understand there are some exceptions to those rules, and we will consider that. Classroom rules and discipline. Our classroom rules are consistent with the rules you've had since kindergarten. Respect others, respect yourself, respect your teacher, work hard, come to class prepared, raise your hand for permission to speak or to leave your seat. Follow directions. Students will, of course, receive a warning for choosing to break one of the rules. In the event that a student continues to break the rules, the consequence is writing an essay. And that is 5th grade wide. This assignment will be assigned for homework. The essay will need to be 1/2 page long, and it will address 3 questions. What was the inappropriate behavior you practiced? What did you choose? Why did you choose to practice that behavior? And what can you do differently next time? The student and parent will both need to sign the form attached to the essay, which will be sent home, and return the form and essay to the school when the student returns to class. Failure to do so will result in an office referral, and like I said, that's 5th grade wide. That was actually something that our administration came up with just to help with discipline. I don't expect to have a lot of essays this year. I don't expect a lot of behavior problems. Restrictions. Due to COVID restrictions, this year's going to look different. We're not allowed to plan any field trips at this time, so we may have to improvise and do some virtual field trips in the classroom on the screen. We're not allowed to eat lunch in the cafe, which is where normally 5th graders would go and eat in the gym. So we'll be eating in the classroom or possibly even taking our lunches outside for a picnic if the weather's nice. We are not allowed to use the water fountains. The water in the water fountains will actually be cut off. I recommend sending a couple of bottles of water for your student every day to get through the day. We also have water in the cafeteria. When they send our lunches, we can order waters then. They're $1. So if your child happens to forget their water, we still have water here they can get. Students will also be required to wear their mask during the day unless they are eating or engaging in highly strenuous activities. So if it's our turn to be on the track and our students are running the track and getting some energy out, they will be allowed at that time to remove their mask so that they can breathe better. But as soon as they're good and we're no longer running, the mask has to go back on. Don't let the restrictions get you down though. We're still going to have a great year and we're going to have fun in spite of all these restrictions. Alright, and at the end of my slides it says, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And that's a quote from Dr. Seuss. So my plan this year is to make great memories, and then we'll value all those moments in years to come. Alright, I'm sure you have tons of questions, so be sure that you email those to me, and on Tuesday evening when we do our live Google Meet, I'll send you a link to that. We will go over those questions. Some of you may have questions that other parents might not think about, so I would like for you to email me your questions and I'll have all those ready and prepared before we go live on that Google Meet. Also, we have at this classroom, inside the school, we have a bulletin board. And all the 5th grade teams, all the 5th grade classrooms have a bulletin board to put something on. So we are doing a bulletin board with the word tupos, which is a Greek term that means a figure formed by heart impact or an impression. So we're going to put our handprint on the board with our name, and I want each student to come up with a quote of the positive impact they plan to leave at the TJ Grammar School. It can be 1 or 2 sentences, real short, doesn't have to be long. It may be, I will be kind, or I will be honest. I will lead by example. I will help others. So just come up with something, 1 or 2 short sentences of how they plan to leave a positive impact on the TJ Grammar School, because at the end of this year, they're headed out. We're going to miss them, but we want them to leave their mark. We want them to leave their tupos. All right, that wraps up the orientation. My husband's doing the filming, so he's going to scan the classroom since our parents are not allowed to come in and visit. We want you guys to be able to see our classroom. I'm still waiting on borders to finish up a little bit. We are very excited. I will have Miss Laura Page in here with me, a good bit helping out. Back here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but back here is our reading corner. We can't use our reading corner just yet, but at some point during the year, if we're allowed to utilize this space, I've created a fun little reading corner, which would be a reward or an incentive for good behavior. Another incentive I have for good behavior is I have desks on the porch, and if it's a good day and nice weather and the students are doing well and someone's earned a reward, because I have Miss Page with me a good bit and we can go in and out both together, the students will be allowed to go out to one of the desks on the porch and do their work if they would like to do that. So being out in the modular may not be ideal for some people, but I think we're going to make it work and we're going to have a lot of fun this year. So I can't wait to see you, and I will see you Thursday. Bye guys.